All right, we're here at Gunther VW Volkswagen to check out the ID.4. So the 2023 Volkswagen ID.4 comes in 3 trim levels. There's a new base model in addition to the Pro and Pro S like they have in 2022, and that's between 35 and 47,000. Plus they have a bunch of these delivery a la carte options, which the representative was able to show us. This is the vehicle that they had for us to demo. It is a white Pro model, and I think it's a good looking car. It definitely has a lot of the Volkswagen themes in terms of the rear lights and the general angles and shapes. Kind of had a bit of a sculpted look, but a very conventional size. Very ample size, rear storage. It has the automatic lift tailgate, and the rear seats are comfortable, and they do fold down nearly completely flat, which is nice, as you can see here. And the storage is pretty ample. The doors have this kind of touch-sensitive click when they open. The rear visibility is decent. You can kind of see these little extensions and pop-outs here for the B column. It's probably a little bit better than the EV6 in our opinion. Plenty of headroom and leg room in the back seat. Again, I'm 5'10", 3 or 4 inches to spare. Nothing too exciting. There are some vents in the back with 2 USB-Cs. The moonroof does kind of open up. It has a cover that is touch sensitive, and you can swipe like this to kind of see how that works. Driver's experience has 2 screens. The driver's screen's a little bit small. All the controls you would want are on the side here. It's a little quirky though to turn the rear windows on and off. You have to kind of select that button. Now to adjust the steering column, the main display does lift up and down with it, so the visibility is not compromised, which is really nice. And the gear shift selector is on the side just like that. Put it in park, and let's explore the navigation and infotainment system. So it's pretty responsive. You can see that there's a little bit of lag here, but I wasn't that disappointed with it. I think the graphics and the interface was all very nice and suitable, and kind of had a nice consistent theme. In the vehicle status column, you can kind of see how many miles you've left on the battery. It's a 77 kilowatt hour battery, and it kind of gives you different information based on when you started it up last, or kind of long term, which I think is a parameter you can set, or since your last charge. Here you can see we've gone about 3 miles and about 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, or 2.3 historically. And going back to the main menu, once again, the navigation system is decent. It's certainly not the highest resolution, but it does have Apple CarPlay as well if you want to use that. This is kind of just an overview. It does give you your speed limits and all that, like most modern cars do. Storage is adequate. There's a Qi charger tucked away there with 2 USB-Cs. These little expandable cup holder things are adjustable, and there's some touch sensitive temperature and audio buttons up there. There's no volume knob, but these touch sensitives were pretty well designed. And down here, you kind of have your climate menu, and everything you need to know is right up there. It does require a lot of clicking between the menus, but it all works. The driver assist features are actually really well implemented. You can kind of see a list of all of them here. You can toggle them on and off, but I really like how you can display in this little cartoon, kind of select the lane lines to turn lane assist off and off, and the front emergency braking as well by clicking that little area in front of the car. So it's just very intuitive the way that they designed all of this. Now, going back to different driving modes, there are basically 4 different modes. There's an eco, comfort, and sport that all give you a little bit more kind of torquiness or kind of pep off the line at the cost of efficiency, of course. And forgot to mention that there are some heated driver seats here, which you can kind of select. And this is kind of how you connect to Android Auto and CarPlay, which I believe are both wireless. Now, going back to the main driver's display, it is pretty small, but it does include obviously the important information, the speed limit, as well as your speed and the battery and range. There are some, again, touch-sensitive kind of capacitive buttons on the column. You can adjust the display off to the side. That'll include your navigation, directions, and other menu items that you can toggle between, as well as details on some of the driver settings. Again, toggling between the gear shift is pretty simple. You actually don't even have to press the start button, but you can when you turn the car on, and then you just kind of shift that down. Driving is fine. It is very comfortable, really comfortable actually. Pretty quiet cabin, good acceleration, good turning, pretty decent turning radius, not the best, but no complaints there. The rear view camera has good resolution. It has proximity sensors. Doesn't have like a 3D car display the way that some of the others do, but it's totally fine. It gives you the important feedback that you need. So all in all, I think it's a really good option. Again, most of these cars are offering very similar functionality, but I really do like this car quite a bit. Visibility was a little better than the EV6 and a little bit more cush on the ride. But yeah, hope that helped. And please like and subscribe to Saving Green. Thanks again. Bye.